Alberta Primetime with Michael Higgins.
Welcome to Alberta Primetime. Ahead tonight, our Friday panel on the Smith government banning explicit sexual content in school libraries. But first, recruiting provincial police.
I want people to make these choices because they want to try something new or they want to do something different. I don't want to steal from one to get to another one.
The chief of the Alberta Sheriff's Police Service, the recently announced provincial force to be headquartered in Calgary, that the Premier says will not be replacing the RCMP but work in tandem with Mounties and give municipalities an option for contract police services. Joining us now, Kevin Halwa, Prairie Region Director of the National Police Federation. Mr. Halwa, good to see you, sir. Welcome back.
Well, thank you, Michael. It's nice to be back.
All right. What do you think? How big a step forward is this in the actual creation of a provincial police force?
Well, that's unfortunately still yet to be seen. This is still a plan that has a lot more questions than it does answers, and people are starting to ask those questions. Whether it's RMA or municipalities or the people who actually pay the bills. There's a lot of the framework around it has not been explained, and rightfully so. There's still some more questions. I don't really know yet, to be quite honest with you, because they have not explained that very well at all. In Canada, last I checked, in the entirety of Canada, there's only about 64,000 police officers policing all of the country, give or take a bit. That's a very limited pool of people that are interested in doing this sort of work to begin with. So where the province is going to find a bunch more people to start up a new service, I don't know. It's the $64,000 question.
Well, and maybe to pick up on that, we heard the clip off the top of the new chief of this policing agency. He's already in recruitment mode. Mm-hmm. How challenged do you expect the government to be to staff up? What can you compare it to?
Well, I hate to keep using the Surrey police example, but but we can use the Surrey police transition as an example. They expected that to go very smoothly and to be staffed up very quickly. We're now in year 7-ish, still not completely staffed up, and they were only looking for 800 there. We're looking for way more than that here to police this new agency. Grand Prairie as well, also going through a transition. They're yet to be fully staffed up. Their due date is coming very quickly, March next year, and I highly suspect that they won't be ready for March 31st next year, and we'll need an extension.
What will it take to draw your members away from the RCMP and embrace more permanent roots in Alberta with a change in uniform?
Well, the chance of our members moving over to a new agency is very slim. There will be some that decide to take it on as a second career after doing a full career with the Mounties, and that's fine. Double dip, as they say. Take a pension and then take another paycheck working for somebody else. That's fine. But to get Mounties, or at least a large number of them, to leave the Red Surge and to go over to a new and unproven agency, I think is highly stretched to suspect that would happen. That's what they believed would happen, and not we believed, but that's what the city of Surrey believed was happen there. That's what the city of Grand Prairie decided that would happen here, and it's just not happening in the huge numbers that they expected it to be happening. So to expect any different when we're talking about a provincial police service or a sheriff's service, whatever we're calling this independent agency, I'm not buying it.
Okay, but let's say they do staff up. They do become operational. What's the expectation for how this provincial police service and the RCMP will coexist within the current law enforcement environment in Alberta? How cut and dry will it be?
Well, that's again something that hasn't been laid out, and while it's being, I should say this, we always welcome collaboration, and when it's genuine and in the best interest of public safety. But that being said, there's been a consistent lack of clarity and transparency around what this proposed service would actually look like. And without a concrete plan, it's really difficult to understand how we would work together, existing with other agencies. Albertans deserve answers and not uncertainty. And so far, all we've been getting is uncertainty.
There is certainty in that the RCMP is contracted to provide
Yes.
provincial police services in Alberta, contract that extends to 2032. To what degree do you expect the build-out of this new agency to draw on the financial resources that fund the RCMP contract?
Well, it's hard to say. I mean, the previous federal public safety minister has made it clear that that there's full intention to renew that contract, and he's sent letters to every single province contract division in the country explaining that. So to suspect that the Mounties are going anywhere come 2032, I think is ridiculous to think that at this point. But there's only so many ways you can split a dollar. So yeah, I suspect the money in the province will become tight.
Where do you think all of this will leave municipalities, given they're being presented with the option of contracting this new police agency as a replacement for the RCMP locally?
Well, for the municipalities, I think you're gonna and it's been said before by it's been said before by municipalities that when we're talking municipal budgets, they're counting pennies, not dollars. So every nickel really does make a difference when we're talking municipalities. And so far, from the municipalities that we've spoken to, they're not seeing any bigger bang for the buck when changing to something else. There is great savings in policing with the Mounties due to the size of the operation. There's costs to be saved there, and to start all over again with something else, I don't see any savings there unless you're going to start with a drastic cut in services.
Kevin, as you've pointed out, many questions yet to be asked and answered. At the end of the day, though, where do you think this leaves relations between the RCMP and the Alberta government with just under 7 years left on the contract?
Oh boy, that's that's hard to say. We would know better if they were willing to speak with us more.
All right. Kevin, we'll leave it there. As always, appreciate your time. Thank you kindly, sir.
You betcha, Michael. Always fun.
Kevin Halwa is Prairie Region Director of the National Police Federation.